Yeah, see, I've seen that too. People adding sugar to like to pasta sauce. I'm like, that just seems weird.
My
I
dad,
never
my
understood
dad
that.
adds a tiny bit of sugar. So I don't know. I guess I'm a hypocrite or whatever, but it's also his like family recipe. So it's like a half a teaspoon in like half a gallon. So it's not much.
Ah, that's fair. Okay, I guess. Hi, all right. ¿Qué pasa, YouTube? AKA, what's up, YouTube? Have for y'all today the personal power rankings of me and my buddy, Mr. Shuckleking87 here. So where you say something.
Yeah, I guess. What's up? Shuckleking here.
The train was your intro.
That's so annoying, man. Can't do anything about it. I mean, I could move, but so cheap here. I can't do that. What's up, Shuckleking? Future or reigning APA champion. About to be a 2-time winner. 2 for 2. Too easy.
Yeah, right. You're funny.
How many times do you won APA, Leo?
I've won it once, actually.
Okay. So
Actually, no. I've won the main APA. You've just won Academy. So, anyways,
okay.
This is the power rankings for the drafts in APA Academy lower tier for the season. Now, this is not like official. This is not from.
What do you mean it's not
APA,
official? I put a lot of work into this shit.
Okay, it's official enough for Shuckle and I and you, the viewers. So yeah, we just want to do this for fun, honestly. Like we're really big into just looking at drafts and seeing how they are. And I was like, hey, let's just do like a ranking for fun. And Shuckle was down, of course, because I made him and he had no other choice. So
Correct.
Here we are.
Anyways. Do I have to say no? It was on my free will, Leo? I'm just joking. Leo didn't force me to do it. Please help, send help.
No, that's fine. See, you can hear the enthusiasm in his voice. But yeah, so we're going to be ranking these from 16 to 1. Check out all the coaches. Their channel link and stuff will be down below. And I don't know if this will be going up before or after week 1, just because Chucko's been really busy this week. And I'm usually busy at the beginning of the week. So this is the only real time we've had to do this. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But check out week 1 if it's after. If not, then peep week 1, which is going up later. So yeah, anyways,
Who do you play week 1?
I play this. What's this loser's name? Hold on. I think his name is Shuckleking.
Ooh.
Bro, he's got a bliss. He's garbage. It's fine.
Ooh. Okay.
Easy.
You and your
to lose
aromaties. Yeah, so much better.
I know. Pink Blob versus Pink Blob. Who do you face week 1?
Who do I face? Oh, no, I face you, don't I?
Who?
Yeah, I don't know who he is either. Irrelevant.
Shut up. It's all right. Get
All
the jitters out the way, week 1 here. But yeah, anyways, we rambled on enough.
Who's 16?
So
Who do you got?
16. Ironically enough, we both have number 16 here with this, which is Starfeesh, coach of the
I was gonna say I would have been surprised you know this stuff.
Pocket Monster Universe. Shut up.
Oh, that's a pretty cool name, actually. Pocket
Coach
Monster University.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna just get it.
Do you get that name?
Coach of the Pocket Monster University. Yes, actually, yeah. That's a really good nickname. Not nickname.
Yeah, where's it
sorry,
from?
team name. That's so smart, honestly. That's probably like top 5 favorite names right now for draft.
That is pretty good. I didn't even notice that either. Not gonna lie. No offense.
No. Star does have a pretty interesting draft. The round 1 Galar Slowking was a little surprising, but he did say he was really, really big on it, and I think he also lobbied to potentially not allow it this season. So I'm pretty sure like he'll feel confident in using that. The main thing I don't really like about this draft is that it's actually really, 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 really slow, and it's kind of reliant on the hail for arc results.
I mean, if Pinscher's your second fastest mon, that's not great.
Yeah, and then Charjabug and Amora, like, they're realistically probably never coming at all ever to any single game. Also, for those of you who may not know, weather extending items are not allowed. So Abomasnow can't run, is it Icy Rock? So it can't have 8 turns of hail. It's forced to have those 5 turns, which means then Arctozolt has then less turns of hail, and then at that point the draft is even slower. And he's probably going to be forced into a few Scarfers, maybe like Scarf Pinsir, I guess. Magneton, maybe?
Yeah, Scarf Magneton's fine. Maybe Scarf Abomasnow, but like, if like I had this issue when I was drafting, because like not having the weather extending items is like so bad for weather. It really is, and like you're forced to run. What's it? Eject button. I think that's the best option. You just bring an Abomasnow eject button out, get the hail out, and get an Arctozolt. But Abomasnow, you want to set up. I think it's the Aurora Veil, right?
Yeah, Abomasnow.
I'm pretty sure it does. So you want to get Aurora Veil up. So like you can't set up an Aurora Veil. I mean, I guess you set up an Aurora Veil and bring an Arctozolt. The thing is, Abomasnow and Arctozolt have a lot of like common shared weaknesses.
Yeah, and then his removal is really not good at all. Like,
no, what
it's non-existent.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's non-existent. It's not good at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I could
guess
maybe see him doing some trades later in the season. Maybe, I don't know, but this is rough.
He has to. Like, that's just, you just can't not have hazard control, or at least fake it. Like, I don't really bring hazard control a whole lot to games, but you have to at least draft one, so like trick your
and I
to
mean,
think that you might bring it.
Possibly, but I mean, he could also, you can make the argument that he can just run boots on everything.
Oh,
yeah, that's not bad.
You don't have Life Orb.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
not going to have that surprise item factor, and that's still really unfortunate. So yeah, also like his rockers is really only Rhyperior. I doubt Pinsir is going to really want to rocks.
Pinsir does have rocks. That is right.
Yeah, so I doubt that's going to rocks. Like Scrafty and Vaporeon, I like those two.
Yeah, I mean, he might have, like, Rhyperior under a Veil is, like, pretty nice. Like, you can set up pretty easily.
Yeah, with weakness policy, too,
polish.
like Rock Polish.
Weakness policy? Yeah, I mean, that sounds nice. So I guess Pinsir as a second rocker is not that bad, but...
Yeah, it's all right.
It's pushing it.
Yeah, and then even that, if it's running Scarf, because you want the speed, then you're taking rocks damage, or you're running boots, but then you're not running a boosting item, as you mentioned. So, yeah, I think this warrants a decent 16 spot here.
Yep.
So moving on to both of our 15s too, actually. That is going to be PlatinumHowler and his Delta Glygars. Now this...
The other Hail team.
I was about to say, yeah, ironically enough, it's the other Hail team. And the thing I don't really like about this team is that, yeah, he does have the Hail option, but at the same time, like, he doesn't really have anything that can just kind of benefit from it besides, like, I guess Poltegeist. Even then, though, that's not really the best thing ever if you just have a good Dark type.
Yeah, or even like a normal type, I guess. But yeah, Poltegeist is super strong. But yeah, it just seems so easy to have at least somewhat of an answer for it. Maybe you set up twice with Poltegeist, and then maybe it could do stuff.
I mean, if you let him Shell Smash twice at that point, you might as well let that train run through you too.
I see what you did there. But I guess like Sigalith could also set up.
I've actually heard that Sigalith is pretty good in lower tiers, so a part of me was a little surprised.
I think it's really good in
this
normal.
Late. Yeah, so that was a pretty good steal for him. Was it round 6, round 7? 2, 4, 6? Yeah, like round 6 was pretty good.
6. Yeah, no, it seems pretty nice. Yeah,
so that was a good steal, I suppose.
I mean, I feel like this team is like definitely a pretty big upgrade over the last team, honestly.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a pretty big separation. But like, yeah, though this team is still kind of weird. I mean, I thought only Rhyperior Rocks was bad, though Starfeesh does have Pinsir. Like, this team has Rhydon
as the only rocker. Yeah, that is a little bit rougher, I guess. But at the same time, though, he can get more benefit from his other mons more than what Star probably could from what he had, because Plat's team is not really reliant on the hail. Honestly, like,
no.
Yeah, the Veil is nice to have there potentially. But unlike Star's team, which does like the hail benefit, Plat doesn't really need to worry about that.
Oh, that is a weird thing, though. He has Poltegeist, which I feel like a lot of times you want to run Sash on it just because it's so weak. You could, Cell Smash and get the +4 speed with weak armor and keep your Focus Sash intact.
I mean, again, that's where Veil kind of helps a little.
I guess Veil is nice, so that way you don't need Sash, but at the same time, you can't run Sash at all if you have Hail up. And you can't really defog either, because the defog user is Sigalith, which is okay in that role, but how often are you going to run Sigalith's defog? You want to run offensive.
Offensive is probably the better
hyper
route.
offense.
Even Focus Ash is just still really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now it's a cool hyper offense team with, I guess, good pivots, Amoonguss, Araquanid. Like, that's fine. You also have Webs with Araquanid.
Yeah. Much like Star, Dunsparce, and Clang, his bottom two are probably like never, ever going to come. All right, so we can move on here. So my number 14, I have Trog and the New York Yampers, and you got MattOshea and his Montreal Milotics. I had Matt for my number 8, so that's a big difference there. Where'd you have Trog? 11?
Trog 11. Yeah.
That's not bad. I have Trog kind of low just because outside of Cloyster...
let's go over Trog's team. Yeah.
Yeah, but like outside of Cloyster and I guess Regieleki, but mainly Cloyster. Like besides Cloyster, everything else doesn't really seem something that I would like be kind of scared of. Or I mean, I would draft Regieleki, I suppose. The reason I even have him over the other two is just because like Cloyster is literally terrifying in lower tier format, and he does have some good support for it.
Oh yeah, I would have drafted it probably round 3 if I was like I was still like trying to convince myself that Rain was a good idea, and Leah was convincing me that Rain might work out. It actually couldn't work out. It's just the weather's so bad without the items, so that wasn't feasible. Otherwise, I would have gotten Clayster. So I'm kind of sad that it went here.
I know. I thought it would have gone. It was misvalued. It was valued way too low at 12, and then it went way too late.
14, 15 point mon. It's great value for 12 points.
This is probably like steal of the draft, if we're being honest here. Like Cloyster round 4 for 12, that's nutty, honestly.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, he does have some good support for it. Like Whimsicott helps it with like screens, encore support. I think it gets Memento too, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So
then he has Parting Shot from Alolan Persian, which is really great. He has a Regieleki, which just murders water types. He's got Momentum from Flygon. He's got Xatu
has a
Xatu, which can deal with with ground types. So you don't have to rely just on your Ice Stab. Yeah, he's got a lot of really, really good support for this Cloyster. The only downside, though, is that his Stealth Walker is Aggron, which, I mean...
I really like Aggron for 5 points. I think it's a good value.
Yeah, I guess.
But, like, I would like that, like, have the option to run offensive sets. Like, I'd like to run Rock Polish and Aggron as well. But, like, I feel like it's going to be a little tough if you want it to be
but do you want Rock Polish and Stealth Rocks? Like,
well, no.
You have to decide.
You can't run both.
I guess the cool thing is that it could be like a Custop lead. That could be kind of cool. But that's his only viable... Only rocker, honestly.
Yeah. Or you run, like, Spike's Cloyster, I guess. But I think you want to run Shell Smash Cloyster a lot of the time.
No, yeah, for sure.
It supports it pretty well.
It just murders. Also, yeah, Cloyster murders ground types for Regieleki too. So that in itself is actually a really good core that I kind of like, honestly. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Dusknoir, super, super thick as well.
No, that's pretty decent for 6. Persian that's crap. That's whatever. You like them on, no, so.
10 does seem a little high for Persian.
But
Parting Shot is always nice, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Also, no Cleric on the team. Like, I feel like you just want a Cleric. Otherwise, status is so free. At least Xatu,
doesn't Whimsicott get Aromatherapy?
No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Otherwise, it'd be a lot better. No, it doesn't.
No.
Maybe Xatu gets it. I don't think it does. You're not going to No, it doesn't. Yeah, you wouldn't run Heal Bell Xatu anyway. But yeah, like, I guess Xatu prevents free status spam anyway, but it's kind of meh. I don't know. I'd like to get a Cleric on all my teams, even if it's this offensive.
No, yeah, so I figured, like, this or 14, I think, made sense for me. And you had Matt for your 14th.
Yeah, I mean, you had him pretty high up at 8.
8.
Did you say?
I mean, I think him and my 9 could have been interchangeable, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'll get into my 8th.
Yeah. So this team, it frustrates me. Like, okay, there's not really anything that's that bad with the team necessarily. It's like a balanced team, I suppose. Sure, you have Swampert. That's like pretty cool around 2. Moltres, Gardevoir, Heliolisk. But like,
yeah, his top 4 are really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, the top 4 is good, but like, it like pretty solid defensively, and like cool momentum with Swampert, Moltres, Heliolisk. Nice like combo there. Gardevoir for like round 1 seems a little suspect. I don't know.
Gardevoir is really good in lower tier from what I've seen.
Is it? I don't know.
I could warrant a late round 1 pick, I think. And
Yeah,
he was
late
number,
round 1.
14? Or
Yeah,
13?
but like,
around there.
yeah, I mean, there were Slowking, Celebi, Snorlax were picks that went after him. And like, I feel like all 3 of those mons are significantly better.
That's
yeah,
fair.
like
Yeah, offensively, Gardevoir is just probably one of the best fairies.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I don't know how much you care about fairies. I mean, I guess for a fighting resist, but you can get fighting resists for cheaper than Gardevoir. And Gardevoir is not the greatest fighting resist anyway. 4 times resist close combat, but it's neutral to knock off and all that. But like
everything else,
like,
yeah, it does. It just gets so many moves. It's nutty.
It does. It is a very cool mon. Good Scarfer. But like,
yeah, even specs, setup, teleport, healing wish. Like, it just so
general
much.
wish. Yeah. No, I mean Gardevoir's cool. Yeah, sure. I guess wish into a Swampert for recovery.
Could be
but
something.
Like,
yeah.
Like I'm not like, I don't know. Like, how does he win? Like I just don't know. Like
Moltres, Heliolisk. I guess he doesn't really have anything that just kind of nukes. I suppose
he doesn't have.
He does have a
that,
lot
like,
of special offense, though.
He has a what?
He has a lot of.
He has a lot
offense.
of special. Yeah, there's really no. What's the physical offense like? Girder.
Drudagon's right there, sir.
Drudagon. Okay.
Base 120
yeah,
sheer force. Hello, don't disrespect me. Let me stop.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. Berserker does pretty good damage. Although to be fair, I've never seen Berserker do anything ever. So a part of me is eager to see how he can use that. I'm not gonna lie, the War Turtle is a little bit weird. Honestly.
I mean, it's 3 points. I don't care about War Turtle. That's fine. For Rapid Spinner, especially if you have Roselia to like round 5 Roselia, to make sure you just set up spikes and toxic spikes and you don't have to defog. Like War Turtles, I guess, fine. But if you're bringing Roselia and War Turtle to a game, like what are you doing? I don't know. I'm just like, if I face this team, like I'm not worried about losing. Like I say
you have a Blissey.
Probably lose to Matt right now. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. But like, I just don't see anything that's like a good win con. I guess the best thing is honestly like bulk up Girder. I'm not worried about a Calm.
I mean, bulk up Swampert, Calm Mind, Gardevoir, maybe
bulk up
for
Swampert,
setup wise.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Zorak could be cool, although Zorak doesn't really get many chances to set up. I
Nasty
suppose.
plot. Yeah, it's just so frail. It's tough. Yeah.
I will say that it does give out some good offense, but it doesn't hit like super hard. That's fair.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just too passive for my liking. He does have a Shuckle, which I appreciate.
Which is weird because webs don't really seem to kind of benefit this actually.
No, yeah, I don't know. Webs.
He could always make transactions, I guess. I mean that's fair to say about all the teams, though. I guess.
Oh yeah, sure.
So
yeah, I'm just
maybe he'll get a better physical abuser.
It's not a team that I would draft.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, next.
Moving on to number 13, I got Shay and his Delta Starmies, and for your number 13, you got Jesse and his his Ann Arbor Exogorus. I don't know why I want to say Atlanta there, and I think you had Shay right above, right? So
I had Shay at 12. Yep. So
we can cover Shay quickly here. For me, I have him at number 13. I like his team. I really like the fact that he got Zydog and the Vanillix with it, because Vanillix is probably honestly the best Weathermon in this type of format where you don't have the extended items, just because you can bring it in with Scarf and Blizzard for free. But it just murders grass types, and Zygarde just kind of comes in to also kind of murder things. Unfortunately, though, he doesn't really have any good hazard setting options at all. Like, I mean, Clefairy's not bad, I guess. But you're not going to run Kabutops.
I'm a fan of Clefairy. Kabutops.
I don't know. Like, yeah, besides, like, Clefairy. I mean, I guess Spike's Excelgor, but then that's one less threat to worry about, honestly. And then even
Spike's
Swoobat.
Excelgor's not that bad, honestly. Especially with Linoon. I think it's fine.
Yeah, round 2 Linoon is kind of odd. I mean, I can see why. Because, like, Belly Drums +6 just murders, I suppose.
It's like, it would... I don't think it would have lasted round 4, round 5. And he had the wheel round 2, round 3. So, like... Right? He was first pick.
Yeah, that's fair.
Second pick. Yeah,
you should have got a round 3 instead.
Yeah. No, he was first pick. Yeah, so I understand taking Linoon now. I don't think it would have lasted. That mon can be... Like, because the steals are so bad, I think Linoon makes a lot of sense. And it gets Stomping Tantrum anyway. But...
That's true. He's got Zydog and Incineroar just to murder steel types. Even Vanillix can hit steel types, especially because of the hail damage as well. And the Veil option is a little bit scary, I guess.
Specs is okay, but
yeah, I'm saying the Blizzard damage plus the 6% from hail to all that residual chip eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, he doesn't, again, not the best hazard options. Like, he's got good setup options, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, the setup options are really, really great. But
it's super scary.
Yeah, if he doesn't have the proper support behind it, it's not really the best. And
he just has to set up turn 1. Like, he just can't worry about defensive pivot. Like, he really doesn't have any. Like, he has Incineroar. That's pretty decent. But outside of that, like, you just gotta, like, set up as soon as possible. And just make sure, like, you can pressure before your opponent can do anything about it.
Yeah, back to the pivot thing. Like, his team is still knockoff week 2. The Blade, Clefairy, Thwackey. Even Incineroar doesn't want its boots taken off. Linoon doesn't want to switch in. Zydog doesn't want to switch in. Like, basically nothing wants to switch in. So anything with a good knockoff mon is going to be a bit of an issue for Shay here to deal with. So, yeah, I think at 13, it was pretty good. Like, it can still have good offensive options. Again, he's got really scary setup options. But... it's just, like, support-wise, like, the hazards aren't really there. And then, again, not having a switch into one of the most common moves, one of the best moves in general in the format is also just kind of bad, honestly.
Yeah, no Granite Poison either. So it's like you have to rely on Swoobat, Defog, or Kabutop Spin for Toxic Spikes. Is still annoying.
Not the best, honestly. So, who did you have for 13? You had Jesse.
13, I had Jesse. Where did you have him? You had him at...
I had him for my number 10, yes. I really like this draft, and it's not just because he has Noivern.
Okay.
Well, why do you got him here?
What pick did he have? You're like a pretty high pick. Oh, yeah, he picked round 6, or pick 6, Noivern. I was like, I mean, he made up for it with getting Entei round 2. I don't know how Entei lasted as long as it did. Like, Entei is so stupid. Like,
I guess that's kind of nutty. Yeah, round 2.
That mod is so strong. He made up for getting a round 2 mod round 1 for getting a round 1 mod round 2. So, I guess in the end it all balances out. Like, but like his top 5 is like super, super solid.
I was about to say, his top 5 is phenomenal, dude. Freaking, not honestly, like round 5 Seismitoad in itself. I really thought that was gonna go like by round 3 at the latest.
Yeah, no, it just seemed weird that it was just there for the longest amount of time.
It's so odd. Yeah, I don't like the Togetic, I'll be honest. But outside of Togetic, I like the Sock, the Electabuzz, Absol for 5. I think you mentioned it. It's really good for 5. It's definitely good value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then speed. Lunatone isn't bad.
Good speed.
What's up?
Electabuzz is good speed.
Oh yeah, base 1 of 5. Yeah, for 3 points too is solid. That gives him a good Volt Turner to go with a U-turn from Noivern. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the Togetic, and then Dottler's not a Pokemon, so he's got a 10-mon draft, which is not bad. Like, Togetic as a fairy, though, is not really what you want in lower tier.
8 points seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Round
it's weak to rocks, which is a huge... Like, that in itself is huge enough, honestly, to the point where, like, I never once considered Togetic. I mean, sure maybe fine. Jesse can make it work.
It's fine for, like, half the price. I would pay
Boots, Togetic, bam.
I mean, honestly, it might not be that bad if you don't take rocks damage.
I would consider it. I'm not even gonna lie. I would
Yeah.
I would check Calx if I had it to consider running boots.
Yeah, but I guess you have to run Defog Noivern for the most part if you wanted removal. But like you have Spike's Roserade, Toxic Spike's Roserade, so you probably don't want to remove for the most part. You probably
Yeah,
just keep that
Seismitoad is a reliable stealth rocker, and this is the thing right here. Like we mentioned earlier that the other drafts may not have like the best stealth rockers, even if they have 2 stealth rockers. But those multiple stealth rockers aren't really that great. However, though, Seismitoad is a stealth rocker that can literally always easily get up stealth rocks, and more than once in a game if it has to. So it doesn't really matter that is his primary stealth rocker when it can always do it. I mean, that's basically what Toad does. He doesn't have the rain support, so it doesn't have to worry about Swift Swim or anything like that.
I'd rather have like 1 super good reliable rocker than like 2 okay ones. I'd rather just have only Seismitoad. He has Lunatone as a backup, which would probably come to at least a game or 2. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
It gets Meteor Beam, right? Yeah, that's not bad with like Rock Polish. That could be pretty cool, actually.
Recovery? Yeah, no, I'm sure he could definitely do damage with it.
Yeah, I'm guessing he got Dottler just for the webs option, which I mean, I guess is fine.
I mean, webs plus Entei, that seems pretty nice. And
even Sock, dude, Sock for 8 points, I was definitely considering Sock if I didn't get the fighting type that I got.
Yeah, I just wanted one with momentum in theory. Sock doesn't provide anything defensively. I guess Dirty, if you care about that, which I guess with Noivern, that can work.
No, yeah, I mean, Knock, like, still, what's his attack? A base 125? Something around there, right?
Yeah, 125, I'm pretty sure. I should know.
that.
Using them on as long as I have.
Yeah, it is 125, yeah. So that's pretty good coming from Sock, because then Knockoff is still doing reliable damage. It's a really good knockoff mon at that point. Again, like you said, sturdy, heavy-duty boots could be something pretty cool that he can maybe try to run. But his top 5 are definitely just disgusting. Noivern, Entei, Roserade, Excavalier as a steel type. While it's not a rocker, that's not even a big problem, because it just murders fairies alongside Roserade for Noivern to just come in and click Dracos or
you already have
Hurricanes.
Entei to deal with fairies. I'm actually like, I don't really know what Excavalier accomplishes. I mean, it's a steel type that's strong, which is fine.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they both deal with fairies at that point.
I feel like you could have gotten a more reliable steel than Excavalier. Like, I don't think the offensive pressure that Excavalier brings is that useful when you have Sulk and Entei.
I guess
anyway.
it kind of gives him a Trick Room option with Lunatone.
Does he have Trick Room? Dottler, I think, has Trick Room. Lunatone, probably has Trick Room.
I would assume Lunatone has Trick Room, yeah.
I know Dottler definitely does. So, yeah. No, I mean, I guess that's fair. But, like...
Yeah, I mean, that's an option.
He doesn't really have a good sweeper. And I think that's my main problem with the team.
No, he doesn't have really good setup, like, at all. That's fair.
No,
he definitely has a
really
lot of hard hitters and, like, good core combinations, though.
Exactly, yeah. But I just like something that can, like...
Hal
Entei,
Entei,
especially with, like, it being low tier and, like, the bulk is so sus. Like, just having, like, a setup sweeper, like, just seems even more important.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
I mean, he does have, like, SDX Cavalier, Hal Entei,
yeah, but that's
as the Absol bulk up Sock, I guess. But yeah, like, none of those are fast sweepers.
Exactly.
Or they're easily stopped by something that can be prepped for it.
Yeah, but no, definitely a cool team.
That's fair. Still a very solid draft, though. I really do like it.
Yeah.
Seems pretty fun. So moving on to number 12.
11?
You already went over your number 12,
12.
which was
You're right.
Shay. My number 12 was George, coach of the San Ant Aggies, who was your number... You had way high, number 6.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. So my main thing with George's draft is that I don't really see like where it's going. Like I see the Trick Room aspect. That's pretty nice. I suppose he does have the sticky webs option as well. But then if you look at his speed, it's really just non-existent. Which again, yeah, webs kind of help with that. But realistically, how many times are you really going to get up webs in a match when your opponent should prep for them regardless? And he does have very heavy hitters in Tyrantrum and Chandelure, which honestly, those two, I'm not going to lie, very, very scary together. Like the fact that he got those two, it's going to be a very big issue enough to just prep for those two offensive mons. But besides that, like, what else does he really have? Do you know what I mean? Like his removal also is not really that good. The round 1 Alolan Eggy is kind of
I think it's good. I mean, Galarian Wheezing, Defog, like that's one of the best.
Oh, it does get Defog. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. I wanted round 4 Tyrantrum, so he was before me in that order, so that was kind of unfortunate.
That's something too I thought would go sooner.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, with webs, and he has Chandelure to like at least rapid spin block. So
yeah, or like, to check those fairy types if he's choice Tyrantrum. If he's not locked into a rock move, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh well, Tyrantrum doesn't care about fairies. You just run Banded Head Smash. What?
Well, no, yeah, I'm saying if you're not locked into the rock move, then you can switch Chandelure. But yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
No, yeah,
but
that's
definitely
a little
bit problematic with Eggy and Tyrantrum, and it's round 1 Eggy. That's whatever. But yeah, I guess Wheezing and Chandelure. That's a pretty nice combination to take on fairies. Bronzong too.
That's a bit.
Like the team is like, I mean, for getting round 1 Eggy, like I really like the defensive like core of this team. Wheezing, Bronzong. That just seems like a really nice combination there. And
that's true. Really his walls don't really have the best recovery though. I mean, Vullaby and Cryogonal, I guess, but knockoff and rocks or just any physical move to Cryogonal, basically.
Yeah, Orbital gets recover, but like. Yeah, Wheezing, Pain Split's unreliable.
Yeah, Bronzong doesn't get anything either, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I like the bulk. I like the Trick Room aspect with Eggy. That seems super strong. Quagsire.
Yeah, even Tyrantrum, honestly.
What?
Even Tyrantrum for Trick Room.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, that's fair. You can definitely want Tyrantrum in Trick Room. Yeah,
that'd be definitely terrifying. Phalanx gets no retreat, right?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, so that for 6 points is actually really good, I think.
I don't know. We'll see. I've not seen Phalanx do anything ever, so
yeah, that's fair.
We'll see if he could change that. But yeah, no,
his momentum is also really not the best.
It is not. I mean, I like Raichu. How much was it? 8 points. I think that's pretty decent value for just a fast momentum user.
Yeah, I mean that's also his top speed, isn't it?
It is.
And then he's got nothing else over 100, which is.
He has Cryogonal. It's 105.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
So he can make it work, but like it's on. I think it's fine. 110 is good enough speed for.
I feel like it might come down to how he preps.
Yeah.
If he can prep well enough, or just expecting the obvious, or building around the obvious, you know what I'm trying to say? I think he can definitely make this work, even with like again, like speed tiers really aren't the most important thing. But like right here, it's very, very noticeable, and I definitely think that's something that his opponents can take advantage of. But if he can deal with that, yeah, I could see why this would definitely be like top 10.
Yeah, as long as he can if he can keep webs up, like I think he can win a lot of games. So I think it really depends on that. And Orbital's a pretty reliable Weber, because it can recover, so you can get him up multiple times in a game if you have to. But we'll see.
So yeah, moving on to number 11, you had Trog, which we already touched on. I had JB, but you had JB at your number 8. So I had JB here at 11. I like Lapras. I don't like Lapras. I get it gives him like a bulky-ish water, but it's got to run boots. It's weak to hazards. His removal is kind of just Serena. Does Galar Kuno get defog? But is he gonna? I mean, actually, Galar Kuno does get recover. So if it does get defog, I suppose he could want to run defog on that.
It doesn't get defog.
It does?
It does not.
Oh, it does not. So yeah, his removal is only Serena. So you're forced into Boots Lapras, which I really don't like. Persian, I think, is only really there for a speed tier, but he's got Bolton.
But he has Bolton, yeah.
I don't know. Galar Linoon. Honestly, Galar Linoon for 1 point is actually not that bad, because with Guts, it can actually do some decent damage. So that's okay.
It doesn't have Guts, though.
It doesn't?
Nope.
Then what am I thinking?
It has Quick Feet. Obstagoon gets Guts.
Oh, I'm okay.
Gets Quick Feet. So
I'm done.
Yeah, that one doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so yeah, it's probably not even that worth, honestly.
No, I mean it's 1 point. Who cares?
But no, I like the beginning of his draft. Like Cobalion, definitely something I wanted. That's a really amazing setup Pokemon in itself, especially in the lower tier. He's got Grimmsnarl too to help it with Prankster, Thunderwave, and Screens, which is disgusting. Dragology is also really nasty now that it gets flip turn for momentum, which is really nice.
I really wanted I really want to try Trogaholic. It seems.
I know,
really
me
fun.
too.
Especially,
it looks like so much
especially with
fun.
all the steals. Like, there's not many steals in low tier that are that good. So like Trogaholic just seems that much better.
Yeah, that's scary. He can flip turn out of a steal into Cobalion, and then it's like, well, oh, what are you gonna do?
Exactly. Yeah. No, his team is cool, but it's like he has Cobalion, which is cool because it's so threatening with setup, but at the same time you have to rely on it as like a steal. I mean, you probably want to rely on it as a steal, as like a defensive pivot into stuff. And I feel like if you don't have Cobalion as a pivot into stuff, then you just open yourself up to be significantly weaker to other things.
Yeah, because then you're probably forced to run Grimmsnarl. I mean, to be fair, I think you would want to run Grimmsnarl more bulky than not. So I guess it's not that bad in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like fairy types are really scary for his draft. Like, yeah, he's got Magmortar, which, I mean, he could run Boots on that. Well, it's neutral is what I'm saying. Like, his only real fairy resist is Magmortar. So, like, Specs Gardevoir, for instance, could be...
Oh, well, yeah. Oh,
yeah, so something like that. Yeah, so...
Yeah, there's actually no switching.
but I'm just saying, like, good offensive fairies do seem like a big issue for JB here to deal with. Because his steel type doesn't resist the fairy moves, and his poison type doesn't either. So that could definitely be a big hindrance for this type of draft.
Yeah. The team also seems really reliant on Serena. Like to spin, which is fine. Also, like, as a cleric, there's no other cleric on the team. So, like, Serena, I don't really see it being that offensive. It's probably going to have to be pretty bulky and just momentum, synthesis, U-turn, rapid spin, power whip, aromatherapy maybe. Like, I don't think you can run a whole lot of offensive steps with Serena with this team. I think you need it as a pivot.
Yeah, and even
which
a
kind of
fat
limits
with
it.
just momentum. It's not
Which
the
is
worst
fine.
thing.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, that's not what you want Serena to always have to do. Also, he doesn't have like the best hazard setters. I mean, Mudsdale's really reliant, I suppose.
Mudsdale's pretty reliable. I'm honestly fine with that. Cobalion in a pinch. I don't think you really want to run Rock's Cobalion with this team.
Yeah, his momentum is good, though.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
Serena, Dragology, Dragapult, Persian, Bolton.
Articuno.
Yeah, I was about to say, Articuno. I thought I got it. I wasn't too sure. But yeah, that's pretty solid. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, Lapras, I honestly... Like, if you ignore Galar and Linoon, I mean, that's not a Pokemon. Yeah. So we're only thinking of the 10 Mons. Like, Lapras is kind of like the glaring thing I really don't like about this draft.
Yeah, I'm honestly fine with it. Like, you're probably going to have to run Rest Boots a lot. But it has a lot of stats, so it probably takes decent enough hits.
So moving on to number 10, I had Jesse. We already went over Jesse. Yeah. And you had ItzWhateva for your number 10, but I had him for my number 7. So why'd you have him for number 10?
Yeah, so, I mean, he has Heracross, which is the best mon. I don't think there's that much debate that it's the best mon. I don't understand why it didn't go number 1, but he got it at 3. I mean, if I got it at 4, that would have been a good game.
I was going to say, that was like easy top 2. I think I would have gone like Zydog Heracross as my like top 2 pick.
I don't know.
I think Zydog like is really good.
I didn't rate Zydog that highly.
I don't know. Like, just being able to spam arrows in a format with like limited grass. Whatever, we don't got to get into it.
No, it's definitely fine. But yeah, there's like so many weird things about this team. Like, he has so many fire weak mons. He has Frostlass, Galvantula, Mr. Mime, Heracross, Gloom. Like, he just has so many stacked weaknesses. Oh, Rock.
That's true. The double ice types was a little odd.
The dual ice. Yeah. No, that was weird. He has no rock resist on the team. He has Frostlass is weak, Galvantula is weak, Mr. Mime is weak.
Yeah, everything's neutral.
Colossal is weak. Mr. Mime's neutral?
No, sorry, everything's neutral or weak. Sorry.
Everything neutral or weak, yeah. So, like, what's this team's answer to Tyrantrum? Like,
Death
Button's the answer. Yeah, like getting a burn with Colossal with Flame Body, maybe. I don't know. Like, it just seems stupidly strong.
That's fair.
Yeah, I just don't like the team that has so many weaknesses like that. Yeah, and there's no steal. Like, I feel like a steal, like, even there's bad steals. Like, steals lasted, in general, so long in this draft. Like, I was so worried by not getting a steal round 1 that I wasn't gonna get any by round 2. But like no
I
one
mean, that's
drafted
fair.
Steels for the longest time.
That's fair that it doesn't have a good steel type, but at the same time though, like Uxie is really bulky, and so is
It is.
Lickilicky. So
Yeah.
like they're not steel types, but they can still take like dragon moves if
Like,
needed, or whatever,
general
like
hits
fair
well
moves
enough.
if needed. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no,
that's why I didn't think that was like the biggest issue, honestly.
Mhm.
Also, the lack of a fairy, I guess, does kind of tie into that, like where I mean, Lickilicky is like so disgustingly fat, anyways.
Yeah, it's basically
then-
a fairy. It's
yeah.
a pink blob.
Yeah, exactly. So I wasn't too concerned about that. Also, the reason why I had this higher on my ratings is because I really liked his offense. Heracross plus Galvantula plus Exploud is disgusting. He's got a great knockoff
Exploud,
Mon
Yeah.
and Drapion. Drapion just gets rid of whatever resist berry for something potentially, or like leftovers or something, and then that residual damage eventually adds up for that really nasty offense. Webs also is like really good for Exploud and Heracross, I thought. He's got really nice momentum with Uxie and Lantern. And this is kind of touching on where what we said earlier, where like, yeah, they only have one good stealth rocker, but it's a phenomenal stealth rocker. Here, Uxie typically tends to run U-turn, and Lantern typically runs Volt-turn. I mean, Volt Switch, sorry. So even though they're kind of mediocre, I guess, in that aspect, together, though, like a Volt-turn core, they're really, really good and reliant. So that was another thing I really liked. And then his hazard options. He can get up rocks, spikes, T-spikes, all the hazards that he wants. I will say, though, that he is very, very weak to ground once Uxie goes down.
Yep.
I will definitely admit that. And Heracross, yeah, it's a bug type, but if your Flame Orb and hazards are up, you don't want to switch into a ground move. Even if you're just
Exactly.
offensive, you don't want to take multiple ground moves with Stealth Rocks up, essentially. So he needs to make sure Uxie never dies.
Exactly.
Or something with the ground move is coming in, and it's basically good game. I will say
Exactly.
that for sure. Yes.
And
But
because
the
his,
offense is so good.
Because his team, he has Uxie as a ground like immunity resist, but his team is weak to spikes, and like his removal is Mr. Mime and Colossal, and they're both spin. So if you're pretty free to just bring in a ghost type against Mr. Mime or Colossal, and it's not like
Yeah,
they
like
hit
Dust
super
Nor,
hard
Dust
either.
Clops.
What?
Like Dust Nor, Dust Clops.
Yeah, exactly. And like you're not gonna be able to spin, and then Hazard just stay up. And Hazard staying up, plus Heracross taking Flame Ward damage. Like, it just doesn't seem the greatest. I feel like you want a defogger, so that way you can 100%, unless if you get taunted, but like pretty reliably get rid of hazards if you had to. And just only having Rapid Spin seems a little unreliable to me. Another thing was lack of priority on the team. Like, I feel like you want priority, even though you have webs, and if you can keep webs up, that's great. And Heracross can be Scarf, which is fine, but I think just having a more reliable priority like option than Ice Shard Frost Slash or Sucker Punch Galvantula is probably a good idea.
Hello, Sucker Punch Lantern.
Oh, that is true. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Faint
we're all good here.
Heracross.
Oh, it does get faint. That's right. Oh man, I'm so bad. I forgot about all these options.
I know. See, you guys heard him. Anyways. Oh yeah, back to the Volt turn thing. He does have Galvantula too, which is a good Volt switch as well. But yeah, his momentum, I think that's pretty solid for this. Good offense. Ground immunities could be a little better, so I could see why this again, could go either way, honestly. So moving on to our 9th rankings here. You had Vepsis, where he was my number 6, and for my number 9, I had Mid. So
which I had at number 3.
3. So we can touch on Vepsis because he's closer, I suppose, real quick. And then we'll go on to Mid, right? Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah. So why'd you have Vepsis here?
So you got, Slowking, Talonflame as his first 2 picks. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I honestly thought Talonflame wouldn't go that early, but once he explained why and once I looked more into it, that's a pretty solid second.
I mean, it's one of the fastest ones out there. It gets boots. So honestly, it's like Gen 6 Talonflame if you just keep the boots up and just priority flying move one time.
It gets dual wing beat, right? So you don't got to worry about the Brave Bird recoil.
I guess. Yeah, I guess that's not that bad. But
I mean, Rocky Helmet, obviously, but...
That too. Yeah, but no, Brave Bird just hits a lot stronger. But
That's not
And Talonflame's not the strongest to begin with, so running doin kind of seems sus. But like, I don't know. I don't really know if I like Vikavolt or Copperajah as the next 2 picks. I feel like you could have gotten a lot better value with this.
I'm not gonna lie. I was going to get Copperajah if Steelix had got sniped for me. I feel like
Steelix was not gonna get sniped early round.
But no. I'm saying
like
if I didn't go for it round 2, if it hadn't come back round 2, or if it wasn't there round 3, Copperajah was my backup for a Steel type, just because his coverage is disgustingly good. It's got really good offense, and its bulk is kind of decent. Like you can run a Assault Vest on it, and it'd be okay with taking special hits.
What else about this team? Golurk, Beware, like those 5 and 6. I like those mons a ton. Golurk, like it just seems like there's gonna be very limited switching to Golurk in this format.
Yeah, with Poltergeist, oof. And then you got Dynamic Punch. Oh my god, dude! For the normal types, GG boys.
Oh, it just gets close combat, right?
Does it? I don't think so.
Yeah, it gets close combat. Yeah, it definitely does.
Oh, it does?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd rather confused, but yeah.
Oh, well, of course you would. But Beware, also for 7 points, Beware is just stupid value. I went with Tauros over, which
I know, yeah, we were both talking about it.
Over Beware.
And then friggin' Vepsis got it.
Yeah, so I'm kind of sad about that, but like, so some problems with this team. Like Defog
Removal's not the best.
is Talonflame. So, like, if you're gonna run removal and it's gonna be your Talonflame, so that's Defog, Roost, Brave Bird, U-turn, or Flare Blitz, Brave Bird, or no U-turn, or like, I don't know, just running Defog on Talonflame or like almost being forced to run Defog on Talonflame a lot just seems so limiting for just such a high offensive mon you got round 2. I feel like you wanted to get another removal option so that way you don't have to run Defog Talonflame.
That is rather unfortunate. He's basically going to be forcing the boots more often than not. Vikavolt doesn't get defog, right? I don't think so.
No, it doesn't. I always think that it does, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I thought it did, but I just checked. Yeah, it's not really that great, honestly.
Yeah, and then to pair with that, like, I guess he has a poison absorber at Wheezing if he doesn't want to run Levitate, but like Toxic Splites are pretty free against his team otherwise.
I mean, that's fair, but he does have good answers to ground types, so I could see him not having to run Levitate on it a lot, honestly. Yeah, he's got, what, 2 other Levitate mons? He's got a Grass type, Flying
type. Soul Rock. Yeah, what's
it is rather slow.
Vikavolt. Yeah, oh no, that's another issue. The team is slow.
It's very, very slow. I could see him having forced to run Trick Room. Probably like for a few matchups.
Yeah, Trick Room's not that bad with the Soul Rock or Slowking and the Copperajah Vikavolt. Like that's pretty powerful. Golurk even.
It's a good option.
He has a pretty decent Trick Room option. I do like that actually.
Yeah, so it can kind of be mitigated. I do like the Sneasel option. That Sneasel's a very reliable knockoff mon, but again, his removal is rather bad. So more often than not, it'll probably Boots.
Yeah, exactly. And Boots Weavile is already bad. Like Boots Weavile is fine, but like Boots Sneasel is just a weaker version of that. Like that just doesn't seem like it's going to be doing a lot of damage. Like you want to have Life Orb.
Yeah, that's true.
On Sneasel, or you're gonna die to any hit. So like that's pretty tough.
He does have some. Oh, sorry. What?
No, you're good.
Okay. Sorry. But yeah, I was gonna say he does have some good like immediate offense, which is really nice. He does have some nice setup options with Nasty Plot Slowking, set up Talonflame potentially. Even like SD or bulk up Beware could be pretty cool. SD Sneasel maybe. I think does Basculin get Swords Dance?
Basculin? No, it doesn't get Swords Dance.
No, I thought I got some. I thought I got some type of setup. Maybe I was thinking something else.
Yeah.
Maybe even on Soul Rock. Could kind of be an option.
Yeah.
Like his offense and setup are really nice. Like they could be better, obviously, but like the options that are available to him, he can still use those to his advantage.
Yeah, they're fine. I don't think Slowking's ever gonna run setup. I mean, it might run Calm Mind. I don't know if it runs Nasty Plot, but I think he just really needed to be a pivot on this team.
Yeah, even then, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. No Cleric either, and that was an annoying thing. Unless I'm missing something, but like if you don't have a Cleric, with a Slowking, you're just, I mean, I guess you just teleport out and that's fine, but like, I don't know. A cleric is a pretty important thing for me to have on a team, so that way status isn't so free against you.
I get what you mean. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I still think there's, I mean, there's, I think there's still good potential to this draft, regardless, though.
Yeah, no, I mean,
That's why
I think
I
it's
had him
fine.
a
I
little
have him
higher.
in the middle, and you have him higher, so yeah, I think that's fine.
So it's not entirely too bad. So moving on to number 8, I had Matt at my number 8. You had JB at your number 8.
Do we want to go over mid, or do we want to wait?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Mid. I'm.
Because you had him at 9, I had him at 3, so I have mid really high. But yeah, I want to see why you have him lower.
Hold on, let's transition into that a little better.
Okay.
So we talk about Vepsis. All right, so that was Vepsis. Now at my number 9, I had mid, and you had him at number 3, right?
Yeah, I have him pretty high up.
Yes. Okay, so you had him way higher than I did. Now that's fair, honestly. So, okay, when I decided on putting mid here, it was mainly for the fact that as soon as I saw his draft, I was like, this is basically like balance. Like this
I don't want
is
to face
like,
this.
huh?
I don't want to face this.
You want to wait?
Just annoying.
Okay, well, no, like this is like balance as balance can balancedly balance get balanced. Like that was like the immediate thing I noticed from Mid's draft, and I was like, balance is kind of like in the middle of like offense and like stall. So I was like, oh well, I'll have him here, kind of like dead in the middle, to more an extent. So
That's so lame. Okay.
I would definitely this would probably be the one team I could make the biggest argument that yes, it could go a little bit higher, but I was like, if this does good, then I can see why. If it does bad, I can see why. If it does mediocre, I can see why. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, like this is like a blueprint kind of how you want to draft, essentially.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it can go either way. And yeah, that's why I had him like dead in the middle. But again, this could definitely be higher. And I guess I could have honestly put it a little bit higher. But again, like balanced, like right in the middle, right here. This is it. This is like, you want to do good or you want to do bad. Go from here.
Yeah, no, I really like the bulk of this team. It's going to be pretty tough to kill Pokemon on this team. And I don't think there's any really glaring weakness. Like, I don't really see, like, a specific Pokemon that's like, oh, this wrecks this team. I think it's pretty solid responses to just about everything in the meta.
It's kind of slow.
It's a little, yeah. It's
yeah, that's
slow.
a kind of nitpicking at that, though.
No, it is slow. I mean, you have Salazzle, which is fast. That's a pretty solid mod. Doesn't have momentum, but it's still fast, which is good. Celebi, which, yeah, when I was deciding what mods I thought were good, I had my top 5, and 2 of the top 5 were Celebi, Snorlax. And like,
I almost went Snorlax
at 16, which is just insane. I don't know how I got both the mons that late. I think Celebi's going to surprise a lot of people with how good it's going to be. It's a rocker, it's so versatile. And people are going to be afraid of it just because it's 4 times weak to U-turn. But you just have you have other answers on your team that take on U-turns. So I'm not that worried about that with Celebi. Has a lot of setup options. You could run a weakness policy to take advantage of U-turns to an extent.
Swords Dance, Nasty Plot, Calm Mind.
Yeah.
Healing Wish, Thunder Wave.
Healing Wish, yeah.
It does have a lot of
Heal
options.
Bell,
That's fair.
Recover, Thunder Wave. Yeah, no, a lot of options. And Snorlax, like, there's a lot of fighting types. But then he has Celebi, he has Salazzle, he has Rotom. He has pretty decent fighting answers.
Even Mawile with Intimidate?
Yeah, exactly. That could at least somewhat check a fighting type. So I think Snorlax is honestly fine.
Yeah, that's fair. One thing I don't like though is that he doesn't have like any immediate power. But his bulk is like so good that it's not really that big of an issue.
Yeah, that's fair. Sheer Force Mawile is pretty powerful actually, but like it's also slow and it's probably not going to come that often.
Yeah, and he might want it to rocks anyways.
Or like Banded Snorlax is honestly pretty tough to switch into, especially because steals aren't that great. But if you're Banded Snorlax, then you're not going to be taking hits as well, and not going to be able to like set up Sweeper Curses and such like that.
Yeah, I could see setup being probably more of a scary threat to face than something that's just purely offensive for a Snorlax set. Noctowl was actually kind of cool, especially with Tinted Lens.
Yeah, there's you can dual dance with that set. And honestly, like...
Oh, it does get Nasty Plot. No, I forgot all about
Nasty
that.
Plot and agility or...
Yeah.
One of those two. I know this is like a jolt mon, but yeah, no. Noctowl's really solid.
A potential Dragapult answer as well, if it was in this team. Or in this format.
Did anybody get Dracloak? I don't know how you say it, but the Dragapult Middle Evo. Yeah. I don't think anyone got it. I thought about it. Because I've needed...
No. Salazzle. Okay, Salazzle round 3 I felt was a little early. But to be fair, I probably wouldn't have been there past round 6. So that was a solid pick there for round 3. Also, I guess for it being so fast, it can function as a really good way of just breaking down more fatter walls. Just because it can literally toxic everything. And because it's so fast, like sub-toxic, or sub-protect, sorry, is like so free.
Exactly.
It's so easy to do.
Exactly, yeah. And then Salazzle's honestly fast enough. It's going to be faster than probably like the fastest mon on half the other teams or so. Like, that's definitely good enough speed.
Yeah.
Even if your next S is minus Celebi, which you don't always want to run speed on, you might want to run a lot of bulk on it at times. But yeah,
his rockers are pretty decent. I could see Celebi rocking maybe one game or two, but it's never going to want to rocks otherwise. Regirock, though, very, very reliable. Mawile, yeah, exactly. And then Mawile, too, is also pretty solid for a rocker, just for whatever games it comes to. Shiinotic, though, is like the one weird aspect of this team. I don't know why he got that or why he even ever thought of it. But the other Tamons together just work so well.
Maybe for a Zygarde answer. But does Zygarde get a poison move? It gets Bug. I don't think Zygarde gets... Oh, it gets Sludge Bomb. That's right. Yeah, I don't know.
He gets
Skitter
Smack,
another fairy. He gets Strength Sap, right?
Yeah, I mean, Strength Sap, I guess, isn't too bad.
Yeah, that's definitely annoying.
Yeah, while this draft may not have a lot of immediate power, it has some good setup options, which is really good. And then the bulk is also really nice. Plus, Wishes from Umbreon is disgusting. Snorlax can also...
Oh, yeah, that too. Didn't even talk about that. Yeah, no, I like that a lot.
Gastrodon is reliable recovery, too.
Of course.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of really, really good bulk options with his offensive prowess. So moving... I was standing there. I was like, how much longer?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to our 8 rankings here. I had Matt for my number 8, and you had JB for your number 8. We already went over those. So moving on to number 7 here, you had Slackout at your number 7, and I had ItzWhateva at my number 7. So why'd you have Slackout at 7? Which for me, I had Slackout at 5.
Okay, so pretty high up there.
That's only 2 spots. Calm down.
Yeah, there's like it's weird. Like, I don't think there's anything that bad with this team, but I don't think there's anything that threatening at the same time either with this team.
I mean, Pangoro hits kind of hard. I mean, okay, I guess Pangoro.
Yeah, like, Pangoro hits hard. It's also a round 2 Pangoro when there's a lot of good fighting types anyway.
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
fair.
Would it be better to get a different mon and then wait a couple rounds and get a Sock or get a Gallade or get whatever Beware? Like,
I don't know. I feel like Pangoro for 13 was a little high, anyways. Personally,
it's good. No, it's definitely good. I like the one I have it for NCP, right? Yeah, no, yeah, for NCP. But yeah, round 2 seemed high. Maybe. Round 1 Crobat also kind of seemed a little bit high.
I don't know. I considered Crobat, but I figured that like Aerodactyl would have gone before Crobat.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I would prefer Aerodactyl over Crobat, too. I guess it's recovery and U-turn, and people just will...
I mean, Nasty Plot's not that bad, I guess. The speed tier is really good. I mean, it's very, very reliable removal if needed. I mean, he does have Charizard, I guess. So
yeah, and Drampa, the GOAT.
Yeah, so his removal's pretty decent, even though, again, like, you're not going to run removal too often on Crobat. I feel like the thing about Crobat is that you're either running it supportive, physically, offensive, or Nasty Plot. Those are literally the only 3 sets that it can effectively run.
I mean, that's not bad. It's better than Registeel.
Yeah, like Bandit, I can't see coming. I don't see something like Skyplate or like a Berry or something. Like even Choice Scarf doesn't make any sense. Like, you want an Nasty Plot? Okay, that's awesome. You just want to be supportive? That's cool. You're so fast. You can be really, really fat. If you want to be physically offensive, then that's not entirely too bad either. So
yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like his round 1 pick, like the best mon on his team is a Registeel. And he got that like round 3, which I'm very surprised about. I thought it was like among the best deals available.
Yeah. I could have seen Registeel going round 2.
Like that or Bronzong? Yeah. I mean, I just thought in general the steals were going to go faster.
Round 3, though, is solid for a Registeel. Especially with it getting body press plus iron defense now. Slurpuff round 4 is pretty solid, too. For belly drum sakes.
Belly drum sets, that's going to be definitely very annoying. Steel types aren't the greatest. What else handles it? Bulky poisons? I don't know how many bulky poisons there are, but he has the best bulky... Well, I guess Slowking's the best bulky poison, but... Like, Crobat's one of the best bulky poisons, and he has it, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, Palisand can deal with poisons more often than not, which is really nice. Even Steel types, he's got Charizard.
Oh, yeah. No,
And
Charizard's really cool.
If
you can, especially if you can set up... Does he have a Prankster user? No. But, like, if you can set up Sunny Days and get Charizard in somehow, like, I don't really see switching.
Crobat gets Sunny Day, I'm pretty sure. Although, I guess that seems a little bit unlikely. That he would run, like, Sunny Day Crobat. But yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, Boots Charizard in general is really good, I think, for 9 points especially.
Exactly. Yeah, the thing with this team is, like, the cheapest mon is 5 points. So, and honestly, Eggy also works in Sun, too.
It gives him a good trick room option, too, with Drampa, which is disgusting. I think Drampaw's got, like, base 135 special attack?
Might be even more. Is it 140? Yeah, maybe it's like...
It's like over 130,
It's really high. 135, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. That's disgusting. So in Trick Room, Pangoro, too, in Trick Room is very viable because Pangoro is not that fast. I mean, Pangoro gives him Parting Shot, too, I guess, which really helps Slurpuff in that sense. Maybe like Dragon Dance Charizard, I guess, could also be an option, maybe.
Oh, I'd like Dragon Dance Charizard. It was the... in my very first Draft League game, I brought Dragon Dance Charizard.
I must go back and watch that.
So,
no, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna make a reaction video. You know,
that would be funny. I'll have to go. Yeah, there you go. But no, like honestly, he has like 11 viable mons that he can bring every week. Kadabra, like I like Kadabra for 105 points.
For 6 points, it's amazing.
For 6 points. Oh, I don't know if it's amazing.
It's pretty good value. Like it's decent. Like it's solid. For the point.
It can guarantee take a hit, base 120 special attack, like, and then you have Drampa that hits very hard. It's a little bulkier, has recovery, defog.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is that he doesn't really have a good knockoffs answer. Honestly,
Pangoro is fine. Registeel's fine.
Yeah, but
even Slurpuff, you activate Unburden with it. So like, there's downside. Quillfish can take knockoffs.
Yeah, Rocky Helmet, I suppose. It's not that bad. Spikes is actually a really nice addition to the squad here, for sure. For his offense.
Quillfish.
Yeah, I really like Slackout's team. Like, it has a lot of really, really good potential. It's kind of hard to go wrong with this draft. Like, the glaring weaknesses are there, but...
I don't really see, like... There's a lot of cool stuff. It also kind of seems all over the place. Like, I don't really see, like, a cohesion, or, like, it could... I guess I don't really see a game plan about, like, what he's going to do. But he has a lot of options that, like, he could do a lot of different things with. I just don't really see, like, a that clear of a path, which I guess is a good and a bad thing. If I don't really see, like, how he's going to win games.
Unless he does, like, really, really terrible prep, it's kind of hard to bring, like, a necessarily bad team to a matchup. So, moving on to our number 6, right? You had George. Yep. I had Vepsis, which we went over. My number 5 was Slackoff. Your number 5 was Jack, which is Greyveee, which was my number 3. Okay. So, why'd you have him at number 5?
We both have him pretty high up.
Yeah, he was both in our top 5, essentially.
Yep. So... Yeah, and I face him, week 2, and I've been prepping for that game, so I just know how annoying his team is. But, like, his first three are so good. First 4.
Well, first 4. I would even argue Duraludon and Scyther. At least Duraludon. Duraludon is, like, a close...
I would argue Scyther. I wouldn't argue with Duraludon, but...
No, I mean, I think Duraludon paired with Porygon 2 is pretty good. Because obviously, like, Duraludon, Steel in Dragon type is not the best because you want them to resist the normal things that the single typings would resist. But I think paired up with Porygon 2, outside of fighting types, like, Duraludon plus Porygon 2 is actually a pretty scary core to deal with. Like, if I took over this team, I would definitely leave those two together. Like, that in itself makes, like, a lot of sense.
No, this would be a really fun team to use.
Yeah, but his first three are disgusting.
Blaziken, and Teleon is like, I feel like people just don't really consider it as like a good mon in regular, but there's like very, very limited switch-ins to specs in Teleon, or like
I've seen sniper focus energy, right?
Crit sets, yeah,
there
are no switch-ins. I mean, unless you have a water absorb mon, it's like the Dracovish of low tier, you could say.
It's just disgusting, and then Rotom-O, just to be able to touch up to deal with opposing water types, both of which Blaziken and Rotom don't like. I mean, sorry, Blaziken and Teleon don't like. Rotom just absolutely murders them. So, yeah, this is like probably top 2 best top 3 picks.
Yo, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like honestly, Porygon 2 like just glues everything together. Like their sure 3 Mondra is like very hyper offensive, but won't take him many hits. Rotom can take hits fine if it's bulky, but Porygon 2 just takes everything. Like as I showed with the NCP run, like Porygon 2 is like resist to everything outside of fighting types. And to be like, he has okay fighting resist. He got a lot of like really cheap fighting resists. Rapidash, Sableye, Coughing, Swirlix.
I love Galar Rapidash. We have a championship with it. Nobody forget it. Never let him live it down.
Anyways, yeah. Okay, sure. You're not wrong. Not wrong. But, yeah, no, Porygon 2 is so great. And it has a teleport. So you just teleport in whatever mon you want, and just easy wins.
Disgusting. Plus, speaking of teleport, his momentum is amazing. Blaziken, Inteleon, Rotom, Porygon, Scyther.
Yeah.
Did you say Rapidash?
No. Does it gets Baton Pass?
Yeah, but okay. I was thinking
so
teleport.
It's something.
Yeah, Baton Pass is still good. Like, his momentum is so good as well. Yeah, his rockers are Duraludon and Sandslash. But to be fair, I think Sandslash is definitely a lot more viable in lower tier. Especially now that it gets access to spikes too. So it has the option to either run rocks or spikes, or it can run both even in worst case scenario. But even if it just runs one or the other, it can still get up the hazard reliably while still being able to remove, which is very, very solid, especially if you don't want Duraludon to always have to run Stealth Rocks, just because Duraludon in itself can be very offensive as well.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, no, I like this team. I think I just honestly like the other 4 teams more. But yeah, this team is super solid. This is a fun team. Like this might be the most fun team.
Really, really nice. I don't like the Swirlix, but like Webb's option, I guess, can maybe come to a game.
I mean, from 1 point for Webb's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for the value, for 1 point.
Definitely fine. Yeah, sure.
No, yeah,
and
definitely.
I really like Scyther. Scyther is so cool with boots.
I know. I was really considering drafting Scyther if I didn't end up drafting something like Aerodactyl, just because the Volt turn potential would have been really good with Xercatries. But Scyther by itself is really, really nice, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Offensively, and even supportive-wise because of Violite. So, yeah, this is definitely a very, very solid draft. So, moving on to our next pick here. Not next
number
pick,
4.
what I'm talking about. Moving on to number 4. You have Mario for your number 4. And I have for my number 4 Mario as well. Oh my god!
Oh, twins.
It's like we were in the same. Let me stop. So, yeah, so we both have Mario here for number 4. Now, the reason why I had him for my number 4 is because look at his first, 7 Pokemon in DD?
6.
With Psychic Terrain, Moltres, Galar, Hitmonlee, Magnezone in round 4? That was crazy.
Nutty. Because we were, I was debating for it to be allowed, and, we had a vote to, border.
Yeah, it was originally banned. And I was Magnezone's going to go, round 2 at the latest. End of round 2. Maybe third pick, round 3. No, it lasted until round 4. And then he gets Tentacruel, round 5. Decidueye, round 6. And Rabombi, round 7. And that is an insane start to a draft. Now, to be fair, he
It was
only had
basically
like
the finish to his draft too.
yeah, basically. Then at this point, the last 4 were like whatever. Then he has like Marshtomp. Raboot is what is it, Libero, right?
Yeah, it's Libero. So it's not bad.
That's not bad at all for 6 points. Hakamoa, I think, gets Stealth Rock, so that's okay, I suppose. And then Shedinja, which is not a Pokemon, so but we don't gotta worry about that. The only thing I don't like is that his Stealth Rockers are very, very terrible. But to be fair,
what do you mean Stealth Rockers? Hakamoa, Marshtomp?
Yeah. Marshtomp in lower tier is disgustingly bulky, which shouldn't have been 1 point. That was a steal, by the way. But besides that, though,
his... no, Hakamoa doesn't get rocks.
Wait, Hakamoa doesn't get Stealth Rocks?
Nope.
Huh?
So Marshtomp is the rocker.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so Marshtomp as a rocker, that is kind of bad. But to be fair, he just has 7 really good Pokemon that don't even care if they get Stealth Rock support or not. Indeedee is disgusting because of Psychic Terrain. Yeah. Moltres with Berserk and Boots is also really gross because it's bulky. Even if it doesn't get recovery. Hitmonlee in Terrain with from Psychic Terrain is disgusting because of Unburden. And Magnezone literally gets rid of the Steel type that stops Indeedee. Yep. So how do you stop Indeedee once you get rid of your Steel type? Or once you get rid of your Steel type?
Low key too.
Yeah, even Ribombee, bro. Oh my god, this is disgusting. And even then, freaking Decidueye, it gets Spirit Shackle. It can trap Pokemon too.
Mm-hmm.
That's so gross. And Tentacruel just gets rid of hazards, and even then, it can just get up T-Spikes. Which, yeah, he doesn't have Stealth Rocks, but I mean, he's got probably the best Toxic Spiker in Draft League format.
Yeah.
That can easily get them up, while also removing his own hazards, so he doesn't have to worry about any type of removal. Like, this is disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, this team is so scary. There's top 7, and it doesn't matter, like... You know they're coming. It's just, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, Mario... Okay, so, if we're being, like, 100%, he has, like, 4 or 5 Pokemon he can literally bring to every single game without any type of drawback. And then at that point, it's like, oh, do I want to have maybe Rocks this matchup? Oh, do I maybe want Momentum this matchup? Oh, do I maybe want the Immunity or the Resist? From whatever mediocre other Pokemon that I don't need, that's probably not even gonna help whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
This is disgusting. Honestly, we probably could have put him higher potentially, but at 4, like this is great. This is easily top 5, arguably top 3. Honestly,
yeah. Defensive switch-ins are pretty limited with this team, obviously.
No, yeah, it's very offensive.
But who really cares at that point anyway? And webs, get webs up, like, and Decidueye rapid spin blocks in theory. Like,
oh my god, dude.
Magnezone and webs. Specs Magnezone and webs.
Even Indeedee, Indeedee enjoys it. Moltres enjoys it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is a cool team. Definitely, like, not like a typical draft for sure, but it just makes a lot of sense. This is so cool.
He went top heavy.
Yeah. And I'm a fan of top heavy, but this is like even more top heavy for me.
Exactly. He was like, no, we're going heavy for this one. Bam. He had 10 points for 4 Pokemon left?
Yep.
And he made it work.
It's
crazy. So moving on to our number 3 rankings here. You had mid, which we went over. For my number 3, I had Gray. And then this is where number 1 and number 2
this is
kind of
we didn't plan this either. It just happened.
Yeah, so for 1 and 2 we had each other, which sounds kind of bad, I guess. But like,
if it's true, it's true.
Yeah, like we told each other, like, I'm not gonna rank my draft, and Shuckle didn't rank his draft, so we did our own rankings and then we compared.
Because we're gonna say our teams are the best, obviously.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna win either way. It's me and him in finals. I'm winning, but that's not the point. But I genuinely feel like me and him, if we didn't have top 2 drafts, I think we'd at least arguably have top 5 drafts. I would definitely make a strong argument for maybe like mid's draft, I guess, in Shuckle's eye to maybe have been above, or I would argue that Mario's draft is easily top 3 or potentially even top 2 as well, just because of how scary it is. And yeah, so the reason why I personally ranked Shuckles draft so high or first overall is because even though he doesn't have like basic staples like a fire type, a dragon type, or a grass type, it is lower tier format, so those aren't necessarily as important. He does have 3 flying types, so I guess in that sense he doesn't really need a grass type.
I always get a triple typing of some sort, so that's why I'm flying with this one.
Yeah, exactly. So in that sense, he didn't really need a grass Pokemon. And then he just got really good value for a lot of his picks. Tornadus round 1, obviously having to rely on like Hurricane and Focus Blast. Even Heat Wave is not the best option ever, but obviously if you hit those moves, it's disgusting. It gets a lot of great supportive options as well. Blissey, I'm not gonna lie, I really wish somebody had picked Blissey, because even though I knew, I even told him, I was like, nobody's gonna get Blissey. Nobody's gonna get Blissey, so you're gonna get it either way. But I was just hoping. I was like, please, somebody get Blissey. Don't let this man get Blissey, please. And then he got Blissey round 2, and that was so annoying. Klefki, while it's not the most typical steel type around, it's still very, very solid. Mm-hmm. And Tauros, ooh, I hate you because
6-point Tauros.
Tauros should have never been 6 points.
Nope.
Galar Slowbro is really good. Sharpedo round 6, 7, 2,
yep,
4? Yeah,
6.
Round 6 Sharpedo was a steal. Honestly, that was really nice. I'm a big fan of Runerigus, even though I know Shuckles not really talk too much about Runerigus. I myself am a big fan of it. Plus, it paired up really well with Blissey. Gallade and Altaria were really great value for the point value that we're at. I was actually really close to getting Gallade myself if Mesprit hadn't got to me, or if I had wanted to double up and not got Virizion. Altaria, really good for 3 points, and then Rotom and Palpitoad. Palpitoad, not a Pokemon, but I guess he could have some use for it. And then Rotom Fan for 7 is really good because it gives him momentum and a removal. While he may not have like the most scariest like heavy breaker, like Tornadus, right, is probably like the highest offensive mon on your squad, right?
Yeah.
Like 125, 130 around there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, like Tornadus is probably his biggest breaker, but the defensive core is disgusting. Blissey, Clefable, Galar Slowbro, and Runerigus is nasty, and then above that, you have to worry about maybe like Altaria coming for some potential matchups, which is really gross. The momentum could be a little bit better, but to be fair, Teleport Blissey is really free. Volt Switch Rotom can also really come. I don't think you would ever consider running like Teleport Gallade. That seems very unlikely, although Gallade does have a lot of really good offensive options. Sharpedo with Flip Turn is also just really, really good. And then even U-Turn on the Tornadus is a really good option. So there's a really good balance of like bulk with offense and momentum. And then you can kind of throw in a little bit of setup options as well. So he doesn't have an immediate nuke on a team, but he has like everything else more or less kind of balanced out really well. Even if his Stealth Walkers are like Blissey and Runerigus. Runerigus always will get up Stealth Rocks regardless because of how bulky it is. And Blissey, more or less kind of the same thing. Even if it doesn't run Stealth Rocks, it's not the worst thing ever because he still has the options of like Spikes or Toxic Spikes. So yeah, that's why I figured like this was easily one of the best, like at least top 3, easy top 3 drafts.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, I've not much more to say about my draft, but yeah, your draft is not bad too. You went with you listened to me and picked Zerk. Zerk is insane. Like
I know,
like
I'm hoping it'll do good.
181 is it base special attack?
173.
It's ridiculous. Like, and like it gets energy ball to kill any ground type. Like, there's no switch ins to this. I mean, I might have a good switch into them on, but
yeah, basically any fat normal type that somebody freaking has Blissey.
Yeah, Blissey's okay. It doesn't. Zerk doesn't get a tail glow, which that would be, man.
That
so
would
broken.
Not be allowed then.
Yeah, that's also
it would not
true.
be allowed.
That's why I would imagine it's so broken. But no, Zerkatry, it gets set up, right? Well, it gets a hypnosis if you want to run a blunder policy hypnosis if you want to run speed boost. Yeah. But otherwise,
Calm Mind,
gets
dual
beast
screens.
Boost. Calm Mind, yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, Zerkatry is just so powerful. And even though he got like Skuntank, which is bad, but
What?
His team just
Skuntank is good in lower tier, first of all. Shut up.
okay. But I don't like Steelix round 2. Honestly, like it seems a little far to get it when you like runs on Registeel over there. But to have the ground type, and it's a really, really solid steel type. Like it's hard to go wrong to say Steelix is a bad pick. Steelix is really solid, even for round 2. But like
Best steel type.
And you're a Steelix stan, so that makes sense.
Love steel.
But getting Mesprit round 3 and an Aerodactyl round 4, that was ridiculous. I have no idea how you got Aerodactyl round 4. That is.
I know, dude. I was so close to getting Aerodactyl round 2 or 3.
Yeah,
I was surprised it was there.
At least a top 15 mon. It has to be, if not top 10. Like I just don't understand how that it's so fast and so strong. Has reliable recovery, defog. Like I just don't understand why would you not get it? It's perfect. Gets boots, so it's pretty bulky. Dual wing beat, so a little bit more reliable stab. Yeah, this mon's great. So it makes perfect sense. Virizion, okay, that's fine.
Hey, it does what I needed to do. You can't deny that.
It's a pretty good dark resist. And it kind of it limits people to run knockoff, because you run knockoff and you bring your Virizion, you get +1 attack. So it makes it a lot
grasses, and it hits grounds and water types too for arrow and circuitry, which is
exactly
huge.
Yeah. No, it definitely makes sense in the team. Aromatisse, like that like the team would be a lot worse if you didn't have Aromatisse. Like it just makes it a lot of sense. Like because Steelix Mesprit don't have recovery. So if you can just get a Fat Wish and bring it in either of those two, it's just perfect. Like it's gonna be pretty hard to kill this defensive core. Aromatisse takes on steel types fine, or not steel, fighting types that Steelix doesn't want to handle. Same with Mesprit. So I like the combination of Steelix, Mesprit, Aromatisse. That's a really, really solid defensive core. Skuntank, it does all the deliverables. It's fine. It's a dark type, grounded poison, defogger, nasty plot if you really want to set up. Priority, which is nice to have on the team. It's honestly not bad. For 6 points, it's actually probably pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good value, yeah, for 6. Yeah. It probably could have been a little bit higher, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too. For how many roles it fulfills on the team. Pulitzer, like it's a good ice resist. He didn't really have one at this point, so I think it makes sense. Gets momentum, hits very hard. It's slow, but I think it works fine. Gives you something in Trick Room. You have a Trick Room. Do you have a Trick Room? I guess
Mesprit, Aromatisse.
Oh yeah, Mesprit. Yeah. So yeah, no.
Aromatisse.
Aromatisse. You have really solid Trick Room options too. Obviously with the stupid mon, which is Marowak. Like that mon, like I guess I overrated. Like I didn't really consider it in general, and then I started looking at calcs. It like nothing. Switch like very very.
It just smacks, bro. It literally smacks so hard.
Yeah, everything is so strong.
Everything just gets murdered. It's disgusting.
It is crazy. And you have good enough removal. Skuntank and Aerodactyl. I guess Ninjask in a pinch, like to defog, so that way Marowak can like run, Thick Club every week. You don't want, because you could run boots on it, but that is not gonna be as strong. You want to run Thick Club every week just to nuke everything.
Yeah, I guess like boots SD, but that's like
yeah, electric resist if you really wanted it to. So that way, Aerodactyl is a little bit more breathing room in that regard. But you probably want to run Rockhead most weeks for Flare Blitz. Ninjask, I'm so sad you got Ninjask.
I know. Yeah, you really wanted it, but
I really wanted it.
Getting it, I'm gonna get it. Shit.
I just couldn't fit it on my team, so I let Leo take it. That mod is gonna do work this season. I mean, it's kind of sus with Arrow on the team, but like it's gonna do work.
Hey, don't worry about it.
It'll do work. And then Porygon's GOAT.
I thought Porygon was a pretty good steal for 2 points.
I like it for 2 points. Yeah, momentum, Trick Room, pretty bulky for low tier. Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. So yeah, I like both of our teams honestly. I
really think they're really solid. If not top 3, at least top 5. Both of our drafts, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you say otherwise, you're just bad.
Or you can dispute that in the comment section below. So yeah, if you actually watched this entire thing, thank you so much.
Oh, we did it quick. We said a half hour, right? We got there.
Oh yeah. It's only a half hour times 3, but it's okay. So check out the awesome roster that we have for APA low tier this season. Check out my co-host here, Mr. Shuckleking87. He also did power rankings by himself for NCP just because we couldn't line up our schedules. So check that out if you want to see rankings of the NCP drafts as well. Make sure to give him a lot of bad comments for his 10th ranking, so you'll know that when you get to his video. But besides that, yeah, support the homeboy. Check out our roster here in the description below and let me know what you think about our video. So yeah.